So we're going to talk a little bit about how to create your own spores and how to create your own mushrooms. So the what you do is you get a spore print, which is it looks like a fingerprint, but it's actually spore. It's a mushroom cap that's been allowed to mature, and it sends out its little spores onto a piece of paper. And sometimes they put it on a piece of aluminum foil. What you can also do is you can move those spores into a liquid medium, which is just a suspension. If you look online for mushroom spores, you'll be able to find places that can sell them to you. And they're legal to sell because they're basically for microscopy. You can use them, and you can look at them under a microscope, and you can learn all about mushrooms. They also have the added benefit of being able to be inoculated. You can inoculate a spawn bag. Now, a spawn bag is essentially about a 2-pound bag full of rye or another grain. Sometimes it's millet, sometimes they use manure. Most of the time, it's like a rye derivative. Usually, there's an injection port on the side, and there's a little air pocket on the top. You buy the spore bag, you open it up, you lift up the air, you lift up the top, let the air start transferring between the outside and the inside. You basically want it airtight. The reason why you don't do this yourself, there are techniques called the Uncle Ben style, which is you use rice. The reason why you don't do this yourself is you don't know if the stuff that you're going to be using is fully pasteurized, because the rye cannot have any bacteria, can't have any other infections, because in its early weeks, these spores are very delicate. They'll die pretty quickly. So you've got this bag, you inject the spores that you've purchased for microscopy uses into the bag, into the port. Usually it's about 5 milligrams per 5 milligrams. Yeah, I guess it would be 5 milligrams. 5 milligrams per bag. You could also do 10 per bag. It doesn't really matter. What I like to do is split it up between 2 bags, because that way at least I'm safe. The mycelium begins to colonize that bag, and you'll know it's colonizing when everything starts turning white in the bag. If you have any other color, there might be some exceptions, but vast majority of the time, if you see any other color, red, green, blue, something went wrong. Like I said, this is dirt yogurt, and you don't want weird stuff in your yogurt. So if it goes wrong, if anything happens, you basically throw that away as quickly as possible, because you don't want black mold,